everyone, and welcome to the Carl York Center here at Fairland High School in Proctorville, Ohio. And tonight's Division III District Semifinal game between the two Ohio Valley Conference champions, the Coal Grove Lady Hornets and the Fairland Lady Dragons. Man, been waiting on this game all week, Coach.
Yes,
Along with me, my cohort, Dave Carroll, one of the old codgers, according to your daughter.
My sister.
Your sister.
My sister.
Okay.
By the way, quick shout out to her. She's having knee surgery tomorrow, so we want her to wish her the best of luck.
Yep.
Oh, and thank you for my dinner.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
Guys, I have
I got the hint. I
got the turkey sandwich.
No.
Smoked turkey.
No.
That's what you said.
Chicken breast.
Oh, chicken breast. I thought you said turkey.
I said broiled chicken from Sam.
Oh, well, I am getting old, and
Yeah.
I didn't take my focus factor this morning. But anyway, chips, and guess what else, folks? Reese peanut butter egg for dessert. So I am set at halftime.
Yeah, you'll do better after halftime. After you eat.
Well, I have been throwing some softballs out there. So.
Okay. All right, I want to go ahead and give you the starting lineups while the music's down. Starting for Coal Grove, who comes in with a record of 21-2. Very impressive, 13-1. Their only loss in the conference to the Fairland Lady Dragons. The Dragons come in with a record of 19-2, and their only loss in the conference was to Lady Hornets. So here we go. Starting out for the Coal Grove Hornets tonight, Ellie Holmes, number 2. Addie Dillo, a McDonald's All-American nominee, number 3. Number 14, Kaylee Murphy. Number 21, Abby Hicks. And number 33, Jaden Griffith. For the Dragons, they'll start with their usual starting 5. Number 1, Emma Marshall at point guard, senior. Freshman, number 22, Bree Allen. Sophomore, number 23, Tommy Hinkle. Senior, number 33, Mia Howard. And a senior, number 44, Kirsten Orsbond, better known as Kristen Osborne. Okay, we're going to take a pause and bring you the national anthem. And man, have we got a crowd here tonight, Coach.
I think it's the best crowd we've had in the gym this year.
The most I've seen here. Okay, here we go with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Carroll York Center for tonight's Division III District Semifinal matchup between the Lady Dragons and the Coal Grove Hornets. At this time, please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
Okay, they're going to have the introductions of the starters. Like I said, this is the most people I've seen in this gym tonight, Coach. They may outnumber us tonight as far as fans. And they are a raucous bunch, too.
They are. I'll be honest with you. I think there's more of their fans here than ours. I'll tell you what, I think Coal Grove's got three good players they really need to watch. They've got Addie Dillo,
Right.
who like you said, she's a Midwest
McDonald's All-American candidate.
They've got Murphy girl, who's good, and they've got a Hicks girl.
Right.
I think that's the three that. Of course, now that I say that, there might be somebody else that steps up tonight, but I think those are the three that did the most damage to us when we played them twice.
Right. I'm telling you, I talked to my daughter Ashley, who's the assistant coach for the Lady Dragons, and she said they watched a lot of film on Coal Grove, and they felt like they really had to keep contact with Addie Dillo because she likes to sneak out and get cherry pick a little bit. So I'm anticipating a 1-2-2 matchup. It's going to look a little bit like man, but a little bit like zone, but nobody's going to leave Dillo. But I'm telling you, she's got a quick release. She's a fine ball player, and I am anticipating a really great basketball game this evening.
Well, I think we are too, and I expect us to have a good game, close game.
Yep. I think the Dragons beat them here by about 7 early. May have been the first game of the year. And then they lost by 1 down at Coal Grove.
And I saw that game down there. We had a game down there that night, and I got to go over after ours finished up.
It wasn't, they didn't play all that well down there.
No, we did not.
But this is going to be a doozy. We got Holmes, Dillo, Murphy, Hicks, and Griffith on the floor for Coal Grove. It looks like Holmes, who is going to jump center against Bree Allen. I don't know the grades for, I know that Dillo's a senior, Murphy's probably a senior. Okay, here we go. Here's the tip. And it's tipped back to Addie Dillo from Holmes. Dillo down the left wing, out front to Murphy. Murphy goes down the lane, pulls up. It's off the back of the rim and knocked out of bounds. Dragon basketball, Lady Dragons. Bree Allen gets it into Marshall. She's going to walk it up across the timeline. Coal Grove in that 1-2-2. Marshall gets the ball over to Tommy Hinkle, tries to put up a three, but it's quickly blocked out of bounds by Ellie Holmes. Kirsten Orsbon into Bree Allen. Dribbles at the top of the key to Marshall. Down low to Orsbon. Orsbon to Howard, back out to Allen for three. Boom! Dragons lead 3-0. 7:20 to go on a running clock. Dillo quickly up the floor for Coal Grove. Dillo directing traffic out front. Gets it over to Holmes. Holmes to Griffith. Griffith down the right side against Allen. Allen knocks it loose, and it's recovered by Orsbon. Over to Tommy Hinkle, back to Marshall. Tamia Howard on the left wing, down low to Allen. Allen down to Orsbon, and that's almost stolen in there by Abby Hicks. Abby Hicks stepped on the baseline, so the Dragons will retain possession under their own basket. Hinkle into Marshall. Over to Hinkle. She thinks about a three. Lets it go. Marshall thinks about a three. Boom. Dragons 2 for 2 on the threes, and they quickly lead 6-0. Hornets are down. Dillo spins, puts it up, and good. 6-2. Lady Dragons ahead. 6:25 to go in the
Pretty
first
shot
quarter.
right there.
Yes, she's got a nice release. Marshall to Howard. Howard back to Marshall to Hinkle. Hinkle down low to Orsbon. Orsbon trying to get it inside, kicks it back out to Marshall. Over to Allen. To Marshall. To Howard. Howard over to Hinkle. She's going to let one go. It's off the side of the rim, rebounded in there by Murphy. Murphy brings it up the floor. Left-hander going hard to the basket. Gets it over to Ellie Holmes. who dropped the ball on the baseline. The Dragons will get possession of the basketball. 5:55 to go in the first quarter. Dragons lead 6-2. Marshall walks it up. Across the half-court line. Dribbles to the right, gets in the corner to Allen. Allen down low to Hinkle. Hinkle back out to Allen, to Marshall, to Howard. Back over to Allen. She's going to let a three go. It's off the back of the rim and is pulled down by Kaylee Murphy. Murphy gets Dillo. Dillo down the lane, stops and pops. Off the back of the rim, goes up and down through the net. 6-4 Dragons. Out to Marshall. Marshall to Howard. Hinkle flashes in the middle. Looking for her, can't get it to her. Now they do. She spins left. Back out to the left wing and back out top to Marshall. Back to Hinkle. Hinkle to Marshall, gets it down inside to Allen. Allen takes it to the hole, and she's fouled in there on the shot by number 14, Kaylee Murphy. That's her first foul and the first foul of the ball game. Bree Allen to the line to shoot two. First one is up and off, rolls around and out. Allen's second shot. It's up. It's good. 7-4 Dragons. Murphy inbounds to Dillo. Dillo brings it up the floor. Dillo dribbles left. Looking for a pick from Griffith. She gets it. Puts up a three. It's short. And Tommy Hinkle comes out there with it. Dragons whip the ball around the perimeter and find Tommy Hinkle on the left wing, and she buries a three. And just like that, it's 10-4. Dillo brings it up. She's looking for a pick from Murphy. Hands off to Hicks. Hicks on the left wing. Gets it down inside to Griffith. And Griffith drops it off to Holmes, and Holmes puts it up and in the basket. 10-6. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Howard inside to Hinkle. Hinkle in the corner to Allen. She puts up a three, and that's rebounded by Murphy. Murphy to Hicks. Hicks down low to Dillo. Dillo took a couple dribbles, was fouled, put up the shot and went in, but the official said she was fouled on the floor. So it'll be the Coal Grove Hornets basketball underneath their own basket. Checking in for the Dragons is Kylie Bruce for Kirsten Orsbon. That pass is errant and picked off by Hinkle. She takes it in left-handed, lays it up and in. 12-6 Dragons, 3:40 on a running clock. Dillo out front working against Hinkle. And she's picked up on the switch by Marshall. Dillo gets it back out to Murphy. The left-hander drives down the lane, spins, and it's called for traveling. It'll be the Lady Dragons basketball. I don't know about that either. Looked like a good move to me.
Hey, I'm king of the call on the walks. You know that.
Yeah.
That looked good.
All right. Marshall brings it up, gets it over to the right wing to Hinkle. Gets a pick from Allen. Sends it back out to Mia Howard. Almost threw it across the half-court line. Kylie Bruce down low in the left corner. And she puts up a three. It's no good. Saved by Holmes to Hinkle. Hinkle to Allen. Allen shots off the rim and pulled out of there by Murphy. Murphy going strong to the basket to Hicks. Hicks a three, and it's off the side of the rim and out of bounds to the Dragons. Checking in for the Coal Grove Lady Hornets is number 22, Riley Harmon. Marshall brings it up, gets a pick from Hinkle, over to Allen down in the corner to Bruce. Bruce dribbles out, gets it back out top to Marshall. To Allen. She fakes a shot, drives, puts it up. It's too strong. Bruce got the rebound, put it up. It came off the rim, and she fouls Murphy on the rebound.
Tommy Hinkle.
Oh, that foul was on Hinkle, excuse me. Hinkle over the back. Checking in for the Dragons, number 4, Reese Barnett's sharpshooter, sophomore. When she's on, she's on, and when she's off, she's off.
Let's hope she's on tonight.
Yeah. Dillo gets it to Holmes. Holmes in the corner to Hicks, puts up a 3. It rims out of there, and Bree Allen comes out of there with the rebound. Gets it out to Hinkle. Hinkle quickly up the floor. Over to Marshall. Marshall back to Hinkle. Hinkle cross court to Barnett's. Barnett's, couple dribbles. That pass was almost picked off. Hinkle takes it into the basket, and it's knocked out of bounds. I think Ellie Holmes might have got her hand on that one, but the Dragons retain possession underneath their own basket. Emma Marshall, the inbound for the Dragons, over in the far corner to Hinkle. Back to Marshall. She's all alone. Puts up a 3. It's too strong. Rebounded by Allen, and she was rejected in there by number 22, Riley Harmon, and she picks up the foul. So Allen's going to go to the line and shoot 2 more free throws. Dragons lead 12-6, 1:33 to go in the first quarter. Shot is up and in, 13-6. Allen's second shot. It's up, it's on the way, and it's good. 14-6 Dragons. 1:30 to go in the quarter. Dillo brings it down, crosses over. Hands off to Hicks. Hicks out front, looking for a pick from Murphy. She rolls. Got it down inside. She kicked it out to Holmes. Murphy's going to try a 3, and it's good. 14-9, 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Marshall down in the corner to Allen. Allen inside. They get it over to Barnett. She puts up a 3, and that's quickly rebounded by Murphy. She's going strong to the hole. Drops it off to Dillo, and Dillo puts it up and in, and it's 14-11. 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. There's that run out I was talking about.
Yep.
Dillo snuck away. Barnett puts up another 3, and it's off the back of the rim. Katie Holmes gets a rebound. She looking down the floor, dribbles it into the lane to Hicks. Hicks takes it inside the lane. Holmes fakes, puts up a floater. It's good. 14-13, 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hinkle over in the left wing to Marshall. Marshall going to put up a long one, and it's off the front of the rim. And your score at the end of the first quarter, Fairland Lady Dragons 14 and the Coal Grove Lady Hornets 13. Exactly what we expected, Coach.
Exactly, and I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with Coal Grove getting the ball on the transition up and down the floor.
That's what my daughter Ashley was telling me, that if they could, not turn the ball over and get a few offensive boards, that wouldn't be a problem. But that hasn't been the case. The last 2 times down the floor, it was a 3-on-1 or 3-on-2.
Yep. Well, we're living and dying by the 3 right now.
Right.
We haven't really looked too much at a
Well, we
high-low
started
inside
off pretty good, and we haven't hit one for a while, and now that's allowed them. They don't take many 3s. I can't remember them taking but maybe 2 so far in this game. Murphy hit 1. Dillo put 1 up.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. I sat there and watched them. They were down 7 points and didn't get rattled and came back and scored 6 real quick.
Yep, they didn't get rattled. They kept their poise, got the ball up and down the floor and stuck it in the basket. We got us a game, just like we expected. 14-13, Lady Dragons will inbound the ball to start the second quarter. On the floor for the Dragons, Allen, Marshall, Hinkle, Howard, and Orsbon. They get the ball inside to Allen. Allen back to Hinkle, puts up a long three and nails it. And that's 17-13, Lady Dragons. Hattie Dillo brings the ball up the floor for the Hornets. Takes it down the left side, pops, a little too strong. And coming out of there with it was Orsbon. That looked like a travel to me, but they didn't call it. Hinkle spins left, puts up a floater. It's too strong. Coming out of there with it is Abby Hicks. Hicks to Murphy. Murphy out top. Gets it to Kelsey Fraley, who's checked in for the Hornets, number 1. Murphy stops, pops, off the back of the rim. Coming out of there with it is Bree Allen. And she's fouled by number 22, Riley Harmon, who picks up her second. That'll be team foul number 3 on the Lady Hornets. Not many fouls called, which I like. Let them play.
Clean game, though, really.
Yeah,
I mean.
really. Checking back in for the Coal Grove Lady Hornets, and number 33, Jaden Griffith. And she came in for Riley Harmon. Orsbon tries to get it out to Marshall, and it's picked off by Addie Dillo. She takes it down the lane, puts it up and in, and fouled on the play. That's going to make it 17-15 with Dillo trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play with one free throw here. That foul was on number 33, Mia Howard. It's her second foul. 3 on the Lady Dragons. Dillo's shot is up and off the back of the rim, and Howard, Bree Allen clears it for the Dragons. Howard out top with it. Picks up her dribble, gets it to Orsbon, over to Allen on the baseline, puts up the shot, and it's rebounded by Jaden Griffith, who gets it to Holmes. Holmes to Addie Dillo, puts up the shot. Howard tries to. Murphy puts a shot up and goes and gets her own rebound. Just took it away from Mia Howard. Holmes to Dillo. She's going to put up a 3. Boom. And that's the first lead of the game for the Coal Grove Lady Hornets, 18-17. And the crowd is going crazy.
Dragons been outscored last minute.
There's another errant pass. Allen off the leg of the Coal Grove defender, but it's recovered by Fairland. Marshall puts up a 3. It's off the rim, but Orsbon runs down the rebound. Tries to get it to Marshall, and again picked off by Dillo. Dillo takes it strong to the basket. Emma Marshall tried to pick her clean, but she got called for the reach foul. And it'll be out of bounds. Checking in for the Dragons, number 12, Kylie Bruce for Orsbon. Coal Grove stacked down the left side of the lane. Holmes into Murphy. Murphy turns, spins, and that ball's rejected by Kylie Bruce. She gets it out to Marshall. Marshall looking up floor in the corner. Too high and too strong for Tommy Hinkle. And it'll be the Coal Grove Lady Hornets basketball. 5:25 here to go in the second quarter. And the Lady Hornets are up 18-17. Dillo walks it up for the Lady Hornets. Over to Holmes. Holmes working against Hinkle. Dribbles. Gets it to Dillo. She takes it strong. And she forced up a shot. Thought she was fouled on the play, but The official says better. It'll be
sure
the Lady
looked like
Dragons
from here
ball.
she got fouled.
Yep. Kylie Bruce gets it into Marshall. Marshall brings it up, and that pass is knocked away by Dillo. Dragons having a little trouble just moving the ball from side to side right now.
Well, they got to get somebody in the middle, Coach. Now they got Bree Allen in the middle.
Marshall to Howard. Howard down the right baseline. Kicks it out to Hinkle for the three. Too strong. Back up to Howard. Takes that off the glass and puts it up and in. The Dragons lead 19-18. Dillo down the lane. Kicks it out to Holmes. Holmes. Got working the left baseline against Allen. Gets it to Griffith. Griffith. She spins. Gets it to Murphy. And she's fouled by Mia Howard on a play. And that's going to be 3 on her, Coach.
Yep.
She's one of the Lady Dragons' better defenders. And that's 3 on her. And checking into the game for the Dragons is number 5, Katie Brumfield. Another senior. Abby Hicks going to inbound for the Lady Hornets. And they got a 5-second count. Hicks couldn't find anybody to get it to. When she did, it was a second too late. So the Dragons are going to bring the basketball up the floor. Tommy Hinkle. He's going to work against Dillo. He goes left, picked up there by Hicks. Down to Kylie Bruce. Long shot by Katie Brumfield. It's off the back. And there it is. The run out by Addie Dillo. And that's going to give the Lady Hornets a lead. 2019, 3:58 to go. Get it inside to Allen. Almost picked off there. Kylie Bruce puts up the shot. It's rebounded by Katie Brumfield. She gets it down inside to Hinkle. Hinkle. And it's knocked away from Kylie Bruce. And now Katie Brumfield runs right into Ellie Holmes, knocks her down, and she's going to pick up her first foul. That's going to be team foul number 6 on the Lady Dragons. So
Coal Grove's going to be shooting the bonus next foul.
Exactly. Rest of the way of this half anyway, if they're fouled.
Coach, I think this second quarter we look out of sync.
No, we're not playing very well. Too many errant passes, a lot of threes. Murphy gets it, works in the paint, gets it back out to Hicks, back to Murphy. She spins, puts up the shot, off the back of the rim, and it's rebounded in there by Allen. Allen has really done a job on the glass. They get the ball to Marshall, who about got a 3, but thought better of it. Allen rebounds, puts it up, and she's fouled on the play by number 2, Ellie Holmes. That's her first foul. And Bree Allen will shoot 2. Usually a pretty reliable free throw shooter. First shot is up and in. She's got nice form.
Yeah, she does. She's 6 for 7. We'll see what she does
6
right
or
here.
7.
6 or 7.
Yeah, she shoots them pretty good. Her second shot
I'm
is...
sorry, it was 4. 4 of 6.
4. She missed that one. That's the old announcer's jinx.
That's right. Hey, 2020, good game.
Yes. Dillo takes it down the lane, puts up a shot, and she's fouled by Bree Allen. No, excuse me. Called a push foul on Emma Marshall, her second foul. Dragons fouls are mounting. This will be a 2-shot foul for Addie Dillo. First shot is up and off the back of the rim. A little strong. 3:04 to go here in the first half.
Coach Addie Dillo's
2020 is
got
your
7
score.
points this quarter.
Second shot's on the way, and it's good.
8.
And the Hornets lead by 1, 21-20. 3 minutes to go in the half. Marshall gets it to Brumfield over in the corner to Kylie Bruce, who drops it off to Bree Allen. She puts up the shot. It's too strong. And tries to go and save it, and saves it into Ellie Holmes. Holmes gets it to Murphy. Murphy's going right down the lane, puts it up, and she's fouled. She's hit right in the head on the shot. So Murphy's going to go to the line and shoot 2. That foul.
Who was that foul on, Coach?
Kylie Bruce,
Kylie
her
Bruce.
first. Team foul number 8. Murphy's shot is up, hits the front of the rim, hits the glass, and bounces out. 21-20, 2:40 to go in the first half. Very exciting ball game. Kaylee Murphy, second shot is up. It's off the front of the rim. But coming out there with it is Ellie Holmes, and they call traveling on her. I don't know about that one. I haven't seen a good travel call yet.
Hey, I just looked at you because I thought that wasn't a travel.
Marshall gets it over to Brumfield. Brumfield looking inside, back to Marshall. Marshall down low to Allen. Goes baseline, puts a shot up and in. Dragons retain the lead. 22-21. 2:15 to go on a running clock. Dillo brings it across the line for the Lady Hornets. Dribbles left, gets it to the top of the key to Murphy. Murphy working against Kylie Bruce. Over to Hicks. Hicks picked up by Tommy Hinkle. To Dillo. Dillo to Hicks. 3-pointers on the way. It's too strong. Off the rim. And coming out of there with is Murphy. Dillo puts up a 3, and it's too short. Marshall rebounds for the Lady Dragons. Gets it to Kylie Bruce. Over to Hinkle. Hinkle to Brumfield. Brumfield to Allen. Allen dribbles left. Gives it to Marshall. Hinkle in the corner for 3. It's good. And the Dragons lead 25-21. 1:20 to go on a running clock. Dillo hands off to Murphy. Murphy to Hicks. Hicks around the screen from Dillo. Puts up a 3. And it's good. 25-24. 1 minute to go in the first half. Marshall brings it up to Allen. Allen to Hinkle. She's going to let another one go. It's off the back of the rim, but it's rebounded in there by Katie Brumfield to Allen. Allen to Marshall down the lane. Stops and pops. It's too short. It's tipped out to Marshall. Marshall dribbles down the lane, and there's a reaching foul in there, and that foul's going to be on Ellie Holmes. That's her second foul. The foul was on the floor, so the Dragons will inbound underneath their own basket. 43.6 seconds to go in the first half. And your score, Lady Dragons 25 and the Lady Hornets 24. Dragons run their inbounds out to Allen, to Barnett's. Barnett's, who's checked in. Marshall puts up a 3, and it's good. It looked like she got knocked out of bounds. And that's going to put the Dragons up 28-24, 30 seconds to go. Dillo to Holmes. Holmes to Hicks with another 3. And it's short off the back side of the rim. Rebounded in there by Kylie Bruce. And she got herself in a little hot water, so Coach John Buchanan quickly calls timeout.
That's a great call on the timeout. And I'm going to tell
saved the possession. He does that as well as anybody I've ever seen.
I think Emma Marshall got fouled on that last shot.
Yeah.
And I watched both officials eyeball each other, and they kind of shrugged their shoulders and let that one go.
Yeah.
I think they knew they missed that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they knocked her on her hiney over there on the right sideline. But she drained a 3 and puts the Dragons up 4, 28-24.
Basketball's a game of runs. We had a run at the beginning. Coal Grove kind of took a run there the last minute, the first quarter and into the second quarter. Now we've kind of had a little run here.
Well, there's 16.9 seconds to go. I would venture to say the Dragons are probably going to take the last shot. And most likely it'll be a 3. So Kirsten Orsbon checks in for Bree Allen. Marshall to Kylie Bruce to Hinkle, who lays it up and in. 10 seconds, 9. Dillo Going to put up a long three. It's short off the rim, and that's going to be the half. The Lady Dragons extend their lead to 6, 30-24. Very entertaining first half of basketball. This is
Excellent half.
district semifinal game in Division III of the girls' high school postseason tournament. We'll be back in just a second to give you this halftime recap from Coach Dave Carroll. Okay, we're back here at halftime. In about 2.5 minutes till the second half starts. Before we get going here, Dave Carroll's going to read us scores for both teams. But I want to have a shout out. My son-in-law, Keith Donahue, who's home with little Frankie June. They're the only members of my immediate family that are not here tonight. Holly, of course, Ashley's the assistant coach. The other grandkids, Stella, Lola, Cash, and Rosie, all here for the big game. And what an entertaining first half of basketball we have had. Coach, I'm going to turn it over to you. You go ahead.
Well, first thing I want to do is I want to thank you for that sandwich because I inhaled that thing. And those Snyder's barbecued chips.
Well, it's like I said, you're just a breath and britches, brother. I got to take care of you.
Well, I better not let Miss Leeton know that I have greasy peanut butter eggs up here. She's going to...
Who?
Miss Leet. She's going to get me
I
again.
tell her.
All right. For Coal Grove, Holmes has 4, Murphy has 3, Hicks has 3, and Dillo has 13. She scored, 8? I think it was 8 in that second quarter. She did a great job. I mean, that's really the 3 girls I mentioned other than Holmes. You know, she scored 4 of those 4 of the guys that scored all the points for the Dragons. Emma Marshall has 6, Bree Allen's got 9, Hinkle has 13, and Mia Howard has 2.
Yeah, it's been a standoff between the 2 typical scorers for each team. Dillo and Hinkle both have 13 apiece. And it's going to come down to the support players, I think, Coach. So I think those 2 are going to get theirs.
I agree with you. And something else that an old sage once told me years ago, when you attack an odd-numbered front on defense, you attack with an even-numbered offense.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you right now, part of that beginning of that second quarter, Fairland did not do that, and they ran into trouble.
No, they had a 1-3-1 set. And those 3 outside, they match up. It's like a man. So
I'm sure Coach Buchanan will make that adjustment here at halftime and run his 4 high offense.
A 2-guard offense. All right, inbounding the ball for the Lady Hornets is number 2, Ellie Holmes. And here we go, starting the second half. Holmes gets it into Dillo. Dillo dribbles across the line, over to the left wing, back to Holmes. Holmes to Dillo. Dillo gets a pick from Griffiths, sets her feet, lets a 3 fly, and it's off the back of the rim and pulled out of there by Tommy Hinkle. Brings it down the left side. Cross court to Marshall. Marshall going to let the 3 go. She's blocked. And pulling it out of the air is Griffith for the Hornets. Gets it to Murphy. Murphy down the lane, goes up and in. 30-26. Marshall brings it up for the Dragons. Over to Howard. Dragons with their starting lineup on the floor. Hinkle, she goes against Murphy, and it's off Murphy's foot. And Holmes pulls that errant shot down from Addie Dillo, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Dragons, so the Hornets will underneath their own basket will inbound the ball. Over to Dillo, Dillo to Murphy. Murphy to Hicks. Hicks to Holmes. Back to Hicks. Dillo had a little bit of trouble getting free. Uh-oh. She throws it across court. And Howard picks it up, lays it up too strong. And coming out of the with is Hinkle. And Hinkle tries to make a baseline pass to Orsbon, but it's tipped out of bounds by Murphy.
Dragons. Those bunnies you got to have.
Oh, yeah.
That type of game like this, you got to make those bunnies.
Piece of cake. Marshall gets it into Orsbon, back to Marshall. Marshall works against Griffith, and that's off the foot of Ellie Holmes, out of bounds to the Lady Dragons.
Coach Coal Grove plays pretty good pressure defense.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's been a very entertaining basketball game. 30-26, 6:25 to go in the third quarter. Dragons moving the ball around the perimeter. Inside to Orsbon. She looks to get rid of it to Marshall. To Hinkle, drives down the lane. Howard to Marshall. Allen's going to let one go, and it's short. Coming out of there with it was Hicks, but it's stolen away by Mia Howard, and Howard gets it to Hinkle in the corner, and that's off of Hinkle's leg, out of bounds, and Coal Grove will get possession of the basketball. Murphy to Dillo. Dillo's going to walk it up across the line. Looks for direction from head coach Rick Roach. Dillo outside to Holmes. Holmes to Hicks. Hicks to Holmes, going to let three fly. That's too strong. Orsbon grabs it off the glass and gives it to Hinkle. To Howard. To Marshall. To Hinkle. She's down the lane. She tries to drop a pass off to Allen, but just picked off in there by Hicks. Hicks gets it to Dillo. Dillo working one-on-one against Marshall. Puts up the floater off the backboard and in. And 30-28. Hornets with the first 4 points of the second half. Inside to Allen. She steps through. Her layup is no good. And pulling that rebound down was Jaden Griffith, and she's fouled on that rebound by number 22, Bree Allen. Allen a little frustrated that shot didn't go down. Hornets bring it up. Dillo working against Marshall down the lane, puts up the shot, gets her own rebound, puts it back up. It's short. It is rebound again, puts it up and in. And just like that, it's a tie ball game. 30-30, 4:40 to go on the running clock. Excuse me. Hinkle. That ball's tipped out of bounds by Ellie Holmes. And Coach Rick Roach is going to call timeout. Like Dylan might have taken a shot in the face there. She's a tough kid.
Yep, she is. Hey, she's a heck of a softball player, Coach.
She's not coming out.
No. She's a heck athlete. Good volleyball player.
Yeah.
I believe she's going to play college softball somewhere.
West Virginia State?
Is that? Yep, I believe that sounds right.
It is.
I've known her dad, Steve, for several years.
Yeah. Well,
and her mom, Michelle, good people.
She's a fine player.
Yep.
And with not too much time off, the Hornets are on a 6-0 run. We talk about those runs, and they're on one right now, and they've tied it up 30-30.
Well, Fairland has not scored at all in the second half.
No. They've turned down some shots I thought they should have took. And they missed a couple bunnies they should have made. So, Dragons going to inbound underneath their own basket. And with 4:33 to go in the third quarter, we got a tie game. Marshall to inbound for the Lady Dragons. Gets it over to Bree Allen on the right wing. She goes cross court to Hinkle. Hinkle to Howard. Howard down in the corner to Marshall. To Allen. She looks for, she took too many steps. I thought that was a good call.
It was a good call.
Shuffled both feet before she put the ball down. So it's going to be Lady Hornets basketball. And Addie Dillo is going to bring it up. She gets it down inside to wide open Jaden Griffith, I think that's her first 2 of the game.
It is.
And Dillo found her, and she laid it up and in. Howard in the lane to Marshall. Over to Kylie Bruce, who's checked in for the Dragons. For Hinkle, throws up a floater, and it's 32-32. And Coach Buchanan is going to call a quick timeout for the Lady Dragons. I don't think he liked that last defensive set down there where they left Griffith wide open for an uncontested layup, which gave the Hornets a brief 2-point lead, 32-30, but Hinkle's just hit a floater on the baseline and tied up, 32 all.
I think what you said earlier, playing that 1-2-2 with main principals, and I believe that probably somebody got lost in the shuffle there.
Well, she
Not
was
paying
wide
attention.
open. That wasn't even contested.
Well, let's see what Coach Buchanan has out here. Gonna be Coal Grove basketball.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, I am.
It is fun. I love seeing good
Hey,
basketball games.
I have a good time sitting here. Are you just talking?
No, you got to help. I'm an old man. Okay. Holmes inbounds to Dillo, and Dillo's going to bring it up across the timeline for the Lady Hornets. Murphy sets a pick for Dillo, rolls down the lane, pops it back out and gets the ball, and gives it to Holmes. Holmes, and that pass is almost picked off by Howard, but she knocks it out of bounds on the right sideline, and Coal Grove will regain possession. Murphy, the inbounds, gets it to Hicks. Hicks to Dillo. Dillo to Holmes. Kicks the ball to Dillo. She drives down the left side, and it's a little too strong off the glass. Hinkle to Allen. Allen to Marshall. Marshall, she drives down the lane, puts the shot up, and it's blocked. But Hinkle comes out of there with it. It's off her leg. And it'll go, the ball will go over to Coal Grove. 32-32, 3:05 to go in the third quarter. Addie Dillo bringing it up for the Lady Hornets. Holmes goes around a couple screens, hands off to Murphy. She's working one-on-one in the lane, puts a shot up, goes and gets it, and lays it up. Dragons failed to box out Murphy on the shot. She went and got the miss and laid it up and in. 34-32, Lady Hornets. Howard with it in the paint. Back outside to Marshall. She's going to get a little jump shot in there. She misses, and then she just runs over Ellie Holmes. And that's going to be foul number 4 on Mia Howard. And the first team foul of the second half.
Well, I'll tell you, Mia has a motor, and she doesn't stop.
No, she's a great defender. She doesn't look to score much, and but she was so wide open there. She had to take that shot, and it came off the back of the rim. Holmes got the rebound, and Howard smashed her. That's Abby Hicks from the left corner. That shot is off the front of the rim. They find Bruce down low, wide open. She lays it up and in, and it's 34 all. 2 minutes to go. Dillo puts up the shot, and it's off the rim, and rebounded in there by Bruce. To Allen, down to Marshall. We got a 3-on-1, and they throw it out of bounds. Marshall had Hinkle on the left side, tried to lob it up to her. That's where I love to see those bounce passes. But
well, you know, Coach,
that's what happens
you
when you
can't
lob
throw over top.
that's right. Got to throw around them. Dillo brings it across the line to Murphy, to Hicks, down low. Puts up a shot, and that's blocked by Allen. Pulled out of the air by Kylie Bruce. She gets it to Marshall. Marshall runs it across the timeline over to Barnett. She's going to let it fly, and it's in and out. But she goes and gets the rebound. Marshall down the lane, over to Bruce for a 3. That's too strong. And That ball is off the hands of Bree Allen, and it'll go over to the Lady Hornets. Checking in now for the Coal Grove Lady Hornets is number 22, Riley Harmon, for number 33, Jaden Griffith.
Lady Dragons been outscored, Coach, this quarter, 10-4. We're tied up.
Yeah, 10-4. Dillo cross court to Hicks. Picked up by Marshall. Looking for a pick from Murphy. Now they got Dillo going against Hinkle. She dribbles in, dribbles back out. Gets a pick by Murphy. Comes cross court, goes hard baseline, lays it up, and it's too strong, but she goes and gets her own rebound, puts a shot up, and that's off of number 22, Riley Harmon, and the ball goes over to the Lady Dragons. 41 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and we got a tie ball game, 34 all. Marshall to Barnett. Barnett's inside to Allen. She's looking for a shot. Gets it over to Hinkle, back outside to Marshall, down the lane to the right wing to Allen. She's open. That one's off. And coming out of there with it is Kylie Bruce, who tries to put up a shot, but she's fouled. And is going to get two free throws, and that foul's on number 22, Riley Harmon.
Coach, that's only their first of the half.
That's her second and the first team foul of the half with 21 seconds to go in the third quarter. Kylie Bruce is going to get two free throws, puts up the first one, and it rattles in. 35-34, Lady Dragons. 21.6 to go. Riley eyes the basket, puts up her second shot, and it rattles in and out against the glass and back down in. And the Dragons take a 2-point lead, 36-34. Dillo to Hicks. Hicks gets a pick from Murphy. Gets it down inside to Harmon. Harmon to Hicks. She's going to put up a three. It rattles around and out. And Bree Allen comes down with the rebound. That's going to be in the third quarter. With your score, the Fairland Lady Dragons 36 and the Coal Grove Lady Hornets 34. Man, what a ball game.
Hey.
This is just what I expected.
Well,
this is what you should expect at this point in the season and this part
It's tournament
of the
basketball.
Season. Yeah, but you know, we're in the districts, and from here on out, everybody's pretty good. And we have two good ones here tonight. Like I said, the Lady Hornets, under the direction of Rick Roach, Nick Miller, and Brian Malky, are 21-2. And the Fairland Dragons, under the direction of John Buchanan, Adam Alt, and Ashley Whitley, are 19-2. So we've got two really good basketball teams playing a really good basketball game. This beats a blowout any day. From where we're sitting.
That's true.
Now, if we were sitting down there, it might be different. But
hey, when I'm sitting on that bench, I want that blowout because I can play everybody. Mom and dads are happy. We're all good.
Yeah. All right, it's going to be the Dragons' ball to start the fourth quarter. Fourth and final quarter of this Division III District Semifinal basketball game. Bree Allen's going to inbound for the Dragons, and she gets it in to Emma Marshall. Dribbles across the line. She picked up there by Dillo. Hornets in there 1-2-2. Murphy almost stole that pass. Allen gets it to Marshall. Marshall down the corner to Barnett. And that pass is knocked out of bounds by Dillo. She got some good quick hands.
Yes, she does. Well, I'm going to tell you what. Those top three are aggressive. They really are. Yeah. They've been very aggressive. Good pass.
There's a dandy of a pass from Bruce to Allen. She missed the shot, went and got a rebound, put it up and laid it back in. Dragons 38-34. 7:20 to go on a running clock. Dillo working the right side. Steps back, puts up a three. It's off the side of the rim. Pulled out there by Griffith. Griffith puts it up and in. 38-36. That was a great rebound, a great putback there by Jaden Griffith. That shot is out and rebounded by the Hornets. Hicks dribbles on the left wing, works against Marshall. Hands off to Dillo, goes down the lane, lays it up and in, and we got a tie game. 38-38, 6:40 to go in the fourth and final quarter. Inside from Barnett's to Allen. Allen to Bruce. Bruce took up a three. It's off the rim. But Tommy Hinkle pulls down the board. To Marshall. Marshall to Hinkle. Hinkle inside to Allen. Picked up there closely by Ellie Holmes. Shots up by Barnett, and it's rebounded again by Hinkle. Inside to Allen, all alone, puts up the left hand, and it's off. And Ellie Holmes comes out there with the rebound, and Barnett fouls her quickly. And it'll be the second team foul on the third team foul on the Lady Dragons, just one on the Hornets. 38-38 your score, 6:05 to go in the game. Holmes inbounds to Dillo, and Dillo walks it up across the timeline over to the right wing. She fakes a handoff to Hicks, does hand off to Murphy. She goes down the lane, finds Griffith. She fouled, and she has really been a factor in this game in the second half. Had 0 points at halftime, and I know that's her third lay-in, and she's fouled on the play by Kylie Bruce. So Jaden Griffith's going to go to the line to try to extend a 2-point lead for the Lady Hornets, who lead 40-38.
And, Coach, we talked about going over defense. They left her wide open again.
Jaden Griffith puts it up and in, and just like that, I think the Hornets have their biggest lead of the game, 41-38. To Hinkle, she goes in, lays it up, and it's off. I think we're going to have officials going to get together there. Holmes thinks that Bruce hit it out of bounds, and they're going to change it, and it's going to be Coal Grove basketball. One official on the outside on that left sideline says Bruce hit it out of bounds, so Coal Grove will walk it up the floor with a 3-point lead, 41-38, 5:30 to go in the game. Dillo to Hicks, Hicks to Holmes, back to Hicks. Hicks gets a pick from Holmes. Man, oh man, that didn't look like it was going anywhere, and quickly, and I'd say properly, Coach.
That's a good
Coach
timeout.
Roach called a timeout, which they were kind of corralled over there on their right sideline, and nobody was getting anything done, and a couple of them got knocked down, and he said, hey, wait a minute.
Well, I'll tell you, Addie Dillo was covered. Tommy Hinkle was all over her, so they couldn't get her the ball. I mean, I guess if she'd have went to the restroom, Tommy would have went with her. She was on her.
I
like
think
glue.
that was their game plan, was once she gives it up, don't let her get it back. That's easier said than done.
She's a player.
5:20 to go here in the fourth and final quarter. And Lady Coal Grove Hornets are up 3, 41-38. And Ellie Holmes going to inbound the ball for the Hornets. She gets it in across court to Hicks. Hicks brings it down the floor against Marshall. Marshall picks her up. Tried to get the pass to Dillo. She fell down. Great backside bounce pass, wrap around behind the back from Tommy Hinkle to Mia Howard. Howard puts it up, and she's fouled on the play by
Murphy.
Murphy, that's her.
Coach, that was a beautiful
second
pass.
Foul. That was an excellent pass.
Beautiful pass.
So Mia Howard eyes the basket, puts up the basket, the shot, and it's good. 41-39. One more for Mia Howard. She puts up a second shot. It's up. It's off the side of the rim. I didn't even hit the rim. Hit the backboard. So that's going to be Coal Grove basketball. Dragons trail 41-39. The Hornets walk the ball up the floor. 4:55 to go in the game. Dillo to Murphy. Murphy backs out, gives it out to Holmes. Holmes to Hicks. Gets a pick by Griffith. Griffith kind of went into her. That was a good call. You got to plant your feet before contact is made, and she just kind of ran right into her, and that was a good call. So it'll be the Dragons basketball here on the right sideline. Allen gets it into Marshall. 4:40 to go in the game. Dragons trail 41-39. Hinkle works against Holmes, goes baseline, looks for Bruce in the middle. Marshall's going to put up a three. It's off the back of the rim. And we got a foul on Ellie Holmes. And the Dragons going to retain possession. Coal Grove should have corralled that rebound, but they weren't able to, and Holmes ended up fouling. There's a pass. It's knocked away by Hicks. Marshall gets it back, puts up a three. It's too short. It's off the front of the rim. And that was saved from going out of bounds by Bree Allen. She knocks it off the leg of Kaylee Murphy. So the Dragons will retain possession on the side. Marshall to inbounds. Gets it into Hinkle. 4:15 to go. Tommy Hinkle works, gets a pick from Mia Howard. Kylie Bruce. Kylie Bruce picked off by Dillo. She puts it up and in. 43-39. Hornets by 4. Oh, there's a bad pass from Marshall to Howard. It goes out of bounds, and the Hornets are going to get the ball out of bounds on the left sideline. Murphy inbounds to Dillo. Looks like the Lady Hornets have all the momentum right now, Coach.
They do. They do.
Dillo fakes the handoff to Holmes, works down the lane, spins, puts it up. Too strong. Murphy comes out of there with it. It rolls around the rim and out, but she's fouled, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. The Lady Hornets with a chance to extend this lead, their biggest lead of the game, 4 points, 43-39, 3:38 to go in the fourth quarter. Murphy at the line. Her first shot is up and good. 44-39. Dragons trail by 5. Murphy, second shot is up. Hits front of the rim, bounces out. Pulled out of there with his Griffith. She puts it up, and it's too strong. And it's knocked out of bounds by Holmes. So the Lady Dragons down 5 here, Coach.
We got to get a good shot here.
Yep.
A good shot.
Hinkle puts up a 3. That's too long. She goes and gets it, tries to save it. And she saves it into Dillo. Dillo's going one-on-one, stops, pops, and drains it. And the Lady Hornets extend the lead to 7, 46-39. Hinkle quickly down the lane. Out top to Hinkle, to Allen. Allen. And there's another pass. And that one's picked off by Dillo. She lays it up and in. 48-39. Dragons need a timeout. And Buchanan calls one. And 2:55 to go in the game. The Lady Hornets have turned up the defense, stolen a couple passes, got a couple breakaways, and now lead this game by 9 points, 48-39. What do you think? We're in trouble.
Basketball's a game of runs.
Well,
they've got, but I'm going to tell you what.
Right.
We've tried to throw that ball over top 2 times in a row, and what's happened?
Dillo is quick out there, man. She's got tremendous hands and feet, and she knows what to do with it when she gets it.
Well, she's had a heck of a half. She got 12 points this half, had 13 the first half. She got 25 for the game right now.
Wow. Yep. 25 out of 48. That's carrying the load.
That is. And I mean, if you sit here and look at it, it doesn't seem like she scored that much.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Well, I'm going to tell you, the bad and sad thing about this game, as good as it's been, one of these teams' season is going to end tonight. And both of them have had a great year.
Yes, they have.
So the Dragons are going to inbound the ball near half court. Their body language doesn't look very good right now, Coach.
Well, this is
They
where
need
your
to put the ball in the hole, and things will be okay.
your senior leaders have to step up right here.
Right.
Be
Bree
vocal,
Allen.
make some plays.
Bree Allen gets it in to Tommy Hinkle. She gets a double screen at the foul line. Hands off to Marshall. Marshall down low to Allen. Allen. And that ball is blocked and pulled out there by Jaden Griffith. Man, she's had a half.
Yes, she has.
Dillo finds Abby Hicks, who takes it, and it's blocked out of bounds by Kylie Bruce. That's a nice take. But she laid it out there where
nice
Bruce.
defense.
Bruce gets a lot of blocks. Ellie Holmes, we inbound for the Lady Hornets. Inbounds to Dillo. Dillo back out top between the circles. Going to use a little clock, goes baseline, spins, gives it back to Murphy. Murphy, guarded in there by Hinkle, puts up a shot, and it's pulled out of there by Kylie Bruce. Bruce to Howard. Howard down the lane, lays it up, and in! And it's 48-41. Dragons trail by 7, 2 minutes to go in the game. I expect Coal Grove to slow things down here a little bit, Coach.
Coach, I would. We're not playing uptight on Dillo. We got to start getting a 5-second count.
She takes it down the lane, puts it up. It's off the back of the rim. Hinkle comes out there with it, and we got a foul on the rebound. And that foul was on Addie Dillo.
That's only her first, Coach.
That's her first foul of the game. 48-41, 146 to go in the ball game. Dragons will inbound. Allen to Hinkle. Hinkle, you need to play with a little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, we're not getting
the ball up the floor. Marshall. Kylie Bruce puts up a three. It's off the back of the rim. Rebounded in there by Howard to Bree Allen. She goes, gets it to Marshall in the right corner. Three is up and in. And just like that, that's 48-44. John Buchanan calls timeout. That's what they got to have.
That's a good timeout.
Yes.
That's a good timeout. Try to stop that run. Tell you what, Coach, you know, you think about how the three-point basket has changed the game.
Oh, wow. You know when that was?
87.
1987. I put down the first. I used to do the gym floor every year. I did it for 21 years.
I remember.
And, man, putting that sucker down was something else. When I got over here, I didn't realize I had to go straight. It was something. I had to straighten that up. But I had a story for you since we got a little time. You know that James Naismith invented this game in 1896.
That's right.
And when it first started, they had peach basket on each end and a man on a ladder. And each time they put the ball in the basket, the guy would take the ball out of the basket and hand it to the next team. And he used to do a jump ball after every basket.
Right.
Well, it took them 7 years to figure out to cut a hole in the bottom of that basket. I thought you'd enjoy that.
That is good.
All right, the Dragons are picking up full court. It's going to be Ellie Holmes to inbound the ball. We got 1:23 to go in the game. Dragons down 4. And get it into Murphy. Murphy brings it up the floor against Howard. Howard picks her up pretty strong, reaches in, knocks it out of bounds. 1:16 to go in the game. Lady Hornets up 48-44. Murphy to inbound. Gets it to Dillo in the backcourt. She brings it up the floor. Into the front court. Works against Marshall. Dribbles. Takes a handoff to Hicks. They're definitely going to hold it.
Well, he's got to play defense to get that 5-second call.
Yeah. She hands off to Murphy. Murphy to Hicks. Hicks to Dillo. They're not going to shoot. They're looking for a foul. The Dragons have got a foul. 44 seconds to go in the game. Hicks or Dillo dribbling out the clock. Finally, Mia Howard comes out and gives her a little shove in the back. And that's going to be her 5th foul. And then coming in for Mia Howard is Kirsten Orsbon. 37 seconds, but that's just their 5th team foul. They got to foul 2 more times.
Coach, they let almost 30 seconds go off that clock. That's
easy.
You can't do that.
Rick Roach is going to call timeout, talk things over with the Lady Hornets, how they can get these next. I'm going to tell you, when the clock's your enemy, it seems like it just won't run.
Well,
but I think there's 37 seconds to go. And
Dragons will have to get up and pressure the ball. Like you said, there was no sense of urgency.
Steal. I used to tell my kids, listen, go through with your inside arm. If you get to steal, great. You're going to get a layup. If you don't, foul. Called it code blue. You got to foul.
I believe that's what I called it.
Yeah.
I wonder where I got that.
Well, you know.
I think from the same sage that told me about attacking that even front on the defense with
they did a little better job, though.
Well, they
did.
You're right.
They had a 2-3 set against that 1-2-2. They just weren't able to hit shots. And Coal Grove really, their defense stepped up and put them in a position that they're in right now. They're up 4.
You know, you just mentioned their defense. Coal Grove has played good defense tonight.
37.5 seconds to go. Murphy's going to inbounds in front of the scorer's table. She's going to be picked up there by Kylie Bruce. They get it inbounds to Dillo. It's quickly fouled there by Tommy Hinkle. And that's a good.
It's going to be a bonus.
Oh, that is the 17th foul on the Dragons. And Dillo's going to go to the line and try to ice this thing.
I'd like to have seen that foul about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. Dillo eyes the basket, puts it up, and it rolls in. Hits the front of the rim, hits the backboard, and drops in. 49-44. Hornets up 5. 36.3 seconds to go. Second shot is up and good. And the lead is extended out to 6. Allen gets it into Marshall. Marshall to Hinkle. Hinkle out top, looking for a pick. Marshall puts up a 3. And it's off the back of the rim and over the rim. And it's going over the backboard. And it's going to be Hornets basketball with 25 seconds to go in the game. Orsbon, is checking in for Barnett's for defensive purposes. They get the ball to Dillo. She picked up there and double teamed by Hinkle. Hinkle kind of grabbed her. Now Orsbon does, and she's called for the foul. And Dillo's going to go back to the line. 20.4 left in this game. Coach, I'd say a pair here will probably pretty much ice it.
They got 2 here, 20.4.
Barnes,
I mean, you're at least at 2 possessions right now.
Right.
And that's
Barnes checks in for Orsbon on the offensive end. First shot up by Dillo, around and in. 51-44. Her second shot is up, hits the front of the rim and bounces down in. And just like that, it's 52-44. 20 seconds to go. And the Lady Dragons, Dillo almost had another steal on this right sideline, but she stepped out of bounds. Man, she is cat quick on the defensive end.
She is.
She doesn't look quick, but she is quick. Tommy Hinkle, 10 seconds to go. Marshall lets another 3 go, and it's good. Oh, they're gonna have to fix the clock. The clock had about 6 or 7 seconds left, and clock ran, and he called timeout. So they're gonna have to put some back on the clock here. Clock says 2.8, but it's more like 6. Marshall knocks down another three, and cuts the lead to 5. 52-47. I think it's a little too late.
I think the fat lady is already out back here in the parking lot, and she's yodeling, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know what? Dragons have played hard.
Sure.
Just didn't miss, just
not their
missed some
night.
shots, and hey, I got to say this: you got to give Lady Hornets credit for their defense. I mean,
Yes.
I think it was
I think that's the difference in the game right now.
I mean, now we didn't stop Dillo scoring, but I'm telling you, their defense, they played good defensive on us.
Yep.
They really did.
Well, we got almost a full house here tonight, to tell you the truth. Been a great game to watch. I hope you all have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed calling it.
It's been a good game.
Yes, been a great game.
Hey, the sandwich was good too.
Huh?
The sandwich was good too.
I don't know. I didn't hear that announcement.
6.6 seconds on the clock.
6.6. I thought it was about that. Ellie Holmes is going to inbound for the Lady Hornets, who are going to try to get the ball inbounds to either Hicks or Dillo. And I'm sure you're going to see a quick foul here. Dragons trying to extend the game. Gets it into Murphy. Murphy's fouled quickly by Orsbon. And checking back in for Orsbon is Barnett's for the Lady Dragons. 5.6. That took 1 second. So, looks like a monumental task right now. The Dragons are down 5 with 5.6 seconds. And Lady Hornets are anxious to get out there and celebrate. Official told them to sit down. They're all standing. Murphy, Kaylee Murphy at the line for the Lady Hornets. Her first shot is up and in. 53-47. Lady Hornets by 6. Second shot is up and good. And that's pretty much going to do it. Hinkle around Dillo to Marshall. She puts up another 3. It's off the front of the rim, and that's your ball game. The Lady Hornets from Coal Grove, Ohio, have come in here to the Core York Center, the home of the Fairland Lady Dragons, and knocked off the Lady Dragons. Is it 54-47? And they've already wiped the scoreboard clean, so, I'm old. Now the Coal Grove Hornets are really celebrating over there in front of their fans. And now they're going to go to the locker room. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a great game.
That was an excellent.
Dragons going to end their season at 19-3, and the Lady Hornets go to 22-2. I don't know who they'll face next, but we wish them luck. They're a fine basketball program. I know all those coaches personally. So, hey, good luck in the future, It's just played a really good ball game.
Well, let's give you some numbers. Let's give you Fairland first.
Okay, go right
Emma
ahead,
Marshall
Coach.
finished with 12. All 12 of her points were three-pointers. Bree Allen finished with 11. She only scored 2 in the second half, Coach, so they did a number on her.
Right.
Tommy Hinkle had 13 the first half, only scored 2 in the second. She had 15. Mia Howard scored 5 for the game, and then Kylie Bruce had 4. We only scored 11
That
points.
tells you a lot about their defense. You hold Bree Allen to 2, and you hold Tommy Hinkle to 2 for a whole half. That's pretty good defense.
Tommy Hinkle didn't score in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
And Bree didn't score until the fourth quarter. Emma Marshall hit a couple threes there toward the end, but the only thing else we had was Mia Howard had a 2-point bucket and had a free throw. Let's go for
Coal Grove?
Coal Grove now. Holmes had 4. Murphy finished with 10. Hicks had 3. The Griffith girl had 7 on the second half. The big girl, and that hurt.
She was a key.
That was big right there. And then Addie Dillo, what can you say about her? She finished 29 points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
you got to have some support. You know, it can't be just Dillo and Murphy. And they got the support.
That's right.
And most of it came from Griffith. She had a heck of a game. How much did Dillo end up with?
She had 29.
29
And here's the thing.
points.
You know, Coal Grove outscored us 18-11.
Second half?
Well, in the fourth quarter. They outscored us 10-6 in the
I
third.
think the Dragons were up 6 at halftime. And I remember Coal Grove came out and promptly tied the game up 40-40.
Well, they outscored us by 11 in the second half.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we have a visitor coach.
Hey, Pumpkin, how are you? Say hi to everybody. That's my granddaughter, Lola Donahue. Lola Jean. Come up to say hello. Yeah, I hope to see her out there one of these days, Coach. I think she will be, her and Stella both.
Well, it'll be about time for me to retire from teaching now. Here comes the rest of the crew.
See that little one right there? She's going to start next year.
Oh, boy.
She's 5 years old. Little Rosie Jacks. Going to play b-ball next year. You want to say hi? Huh? Say hi to everybody. She's a little shy. Boy, what a great game. Their defense won it for them.
Excellent game.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, I guess.
Yeah, it's simple.
I guess we're going to be back Friday. Is that right,
Are
Doug?
we coming back Friday? We'll see you Friday night. I think a 7 o'clock game. Fairland Dragons, Fort Trojans. Good night, everyone.
Good night, folks.